Elections under Obasanjo were full of malpractices. His letter is Callous should be disregarded. Northern Coalition (CNG). Obasanjo had, in a letter, urged President Muhammadu Buhari to cancel the presidential and the National Assembly elections for not passing the credibility and transparency test. The coalition of northern groups (CNG) has berated the former president Olusegun Obasanjo for calling for the cancellation of already conducted elections. Obasanjo had, in a letter, urged President Muhammadu Buhari to cancel the presidential and National Assembly elections for not passing the credibility and transparency test. He further urged President Muhammadu Buhari to reschedule and Buhari to reschedule such cancelled election along with the areas where elections were disrupted for next Saturday, March 4th, 2023. Obasanjo argued or urged that the beavers and the several officials for the elections should also be changed. The other statement also recommended that a committee of independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) staff and the representatives of the four major political parties with the chairman of the National Bar Association (NBA) be constituted. Reacting, Abdulaziz Suleiman, spokesperson of the CNG, described Obasanjo's letter as inciting and called him a security risk. The CNG said the former president needed to be questioned and cautioned over his deliberately inciting utterances and should be prepared to be held responsible for any breach of law and order that may lead to a rupture in the system. For whatever reason, Obasanjo should not be the person to speak of irregular electoral process, going by his record of inconsistencies with elections while in office. Obasanjo lacks the credibility or competence to speak on the credibility of elections unless he is working to bring about conflict for the service of his usual dubious personal political agenda. Obasanjo should note that he does not own Nigeria and that his selfish, hateful disposition has for long stripped him of claim to integrity or statesmanship. Nigerians cannot quickly forget the transitional elections held under Obasanjo, which were clearly contravened on the back of the most gratuitous insults in a crude cover of crass political opportunism and breathtaking inaptitude. Obasanjo had not reasonably be allowed to continue intervening in serious national issues after having led an administration that had acquired the reputation of being the worst in the history of our nation in terms of any capability to generate confidence in achieving credible national goals. We call on well-meaning Nigerians to treat Obasanjo's latest disruptive letter for what it is: insane, inciting, callous, and an open invitation to chaos. We finally alert the nation and the world to where blame should ultimately lay if Obasanjo's threat to national integration ever come to pass, Suleiman said. These people can quickly rush to the media and they start commenting. The letter was directed to Mr. President. The letter was directed to Mr. President, not even Northern, whatever they are calling themselves. They should have waited for Mr. President to react before talking. What are these people doing? What are they telling Nigerians? This letter was directed to Mr. President. This set of people would have allowed President Muhammadu Buhari to react before talking. The world saw what happened. But these people, they can never see it. That something was wrong with the election. They know they talk truth. That is why bandits and Boko Haram are killing them, and they are comfortable with it. They can never say anything about it. But talking about agitators in the south, you see them jumping up and down. They want to talk. Nigeria is sitting under gun power. That is it. And if President Muhammadu Buhari did not do something urgently, no problem. I've never seen people who always see light as darkness. You can never say the truth, even when you are seeing all these things. How can you say that Obasanjo's time was the worst? We have never had it like this. We have never had this kind of democracy since the inception of Nigeria democracy. It's a pity that some people will never speak the truth, even when the truth is just, right there before them. Nigerians took to the streets on Saturday. People who have never ever voted in their lives because they believed Mr. President, they believed the INEC chairman that the election is going to be free and fair. What are we saying? They know what to do. I'm dropping it, guys. Kindly share.